Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel, and thanks for joining me on this Saturday workshop. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. And in this presentation, I'm going to be covering a few tips and skills publicists need. So if you're interested in working in this career field, in this industry, I definitely feel like this will be something that's going to be helpful to you. So definitely check out the presentation. And these are pretty much my thoughts and ideas from my personal experience, from working as a publicist and a PR consultant. So I hope that this will be of help, of use. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave your comments. Let me know if you're struggling with any area, if you're new to the field, or if you just have any questions or need ideas, or if you just like to talk, if you're interested in PR and marketing, let's start a conversation. All right. And I'm going to be dropping probably these Saturday workshops a couple of Saturdays out of the month. So make sure you tune in and subscribe if you already haven't. All right, so I hope this helps. Let's get started on the presentation. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this presentation. As I mentioned in the introduction, this is in regards to skills that you need to be a publicist, or more like skills that will help you to be a better publicist. And this is based off my own personal career experience. So let's go ahead and get started. Quick summary, a couple of things I'll discuss are specific skills. There's 4 that I've come up with, but there's tons more, and I'm pretty sure other publicists who may be listening to this, if you guys have any specific skills that have helped you, definitely feel free to chime in the comments and let the aspiring publicists know, or people that are interested in the career field know things that have helped you. But these 4 skills have definitely helped me. I'll also go over areas of specialization, some things to consider as you start your career as a PR specialist or a publicist, and then just a few tips to go ahead and get your career started so you don't have to wait on opportunities, actually just looking for different jobs and positions and postings. There's also all these different freelance opportunities and ways that you can get started within your local community, so I'll definitely share those as well. All right, the 4 skills are communication, patience, an open mind, and a positive attitude. First, let's talk about communication just for a second. Communication is important on every level. You definitely have to be able to speak to people. You need to be able to listen to people, understand what they're asking, understand what they're telling you, what they're saying, and then most importantly, also being able to understand what it is that they're telling you. Verbal and non-verbal communication is essential in this career field. It's one of those things that you need in anything that you do. Even if it's in personal relationships, you have to be able to talk to people. But definitely when you're trying to build a business and a career, especially as a publicist, that is the main skill that we need to have, is communication. And not only that, being able to respond to emails in the right way, or when you're reaching out to the media and pitching your client's material. And even when you're communicating with the client, you definitely want to have, the right written grammar, verbal skills. So those are essential. You definitely have to know how to communicate, when to communicate, the best type of communication. And you just need to work to craft your communication skills so that you're on top of it. So definitely communication, that's one of the top skills that you'll need. Second, we're going to talk about patience. You have to be able to adjust to whatever the circumstance is. Sometimes you may have clients that work a little bit slower, and you don't have all the material that you need at once, and it's just a matter of kind of working with people. You're in a people business, so you need to have patience, and you also need to have the ability to just either, sometimes you have to slow down, so you have to have the ability to adjust your pace. You have to be flexible. Sometimes you are waiting for media to get back to you. Maybe you've reached out and you're pitching your client's project, and it's been more than a few days. Maybe it's been a couple of weeks. Sometimes the follow-up process can be slow and tedious, but you definitely need to learn to be patient and just, make sure that you're doing things and on a schedule that works not only for you, but also for whoever you're communicating with, whether it be the client or a media outlet or journalist. Because sometimes people work at their own pace sometimes, and we just have to be mindful of that and make sure that we're making reservations for that. So don't get in a hurry. An open mind, that's important. Your creativity will definitely go a long way. And one of the reasons why I definitely stress this is because when you're working in an industry that requires a lot of strategizing, it requires for you to put together different campaigns, you have to come with a creative approach. You have to come with ideas that are not typical, things that aren't practical sometimes, especially in certain industries when there's a lot of a trend that's happening. With me, I know sometimes within the music and entertainment industry, everybody's releasing music, or this and that. So you have to come up with, how is your client's material different from everything else that's getting pitched? What makes you stand out? What's the storyline? What is the human interest element? What is going to grasp the journalist? Maybe this person is also involved in, I don't know, some sort of organization that ties into their music, so you have to be able to pull up on those story ideas and really get people interested, aside from it just being, hey, this is just another music release, or hey, this is just another app that we're dropping on the app store. What's your compelling angle? What are you bringing to the table that's going to make these journalists bite and to get the media interested? And not only that, there's more to it, but you definitely have to have an open mind to be able to create these sort of ideas to get attention. And so, who knows? You just use your creative power. To sum it up, that's all that is all I would stress, is to be able is for you to make sure that you're using your creative power to strategize and come up with different campaign strategies that are going to get your client results. And last but not least, a positive attitude. Your attitude is most important. You definitely have to have the right attitude, because this business is fast, and it can also be slow, but it's fast paced, because if you have somebody that, I don't know, maybe they have a it's not newsworthy, I'm sorry, it's a time sensitive project, then you need to be able to work quick, and it's going to take you to have a clear mind and a positive mind to get the results that you need. So, just make sure that, any situation that you have, like I said, the people business. So you're communicating with people. It doesn't do you any good to have a bad attitude if you don't get the type of response you want when you're pitching somebody's story. Go to your next round of outlets. Start cultivating relationships that are going to get you the results you want. So just keep a clear mind and a positive attitude. I also like to add like the customer service aspect element of it, because you are working, with people. So whether it's your client or whether it's the media, just make sure you're treating people right, and, all else will fall in line. As long as you have a good attitude and you're going about things with integrity and doing your best on your end, things are falling into place. So I definitely want to make sure I'm highlighting the positive attitude. So really quick, those are your 4 skills. We talked about communication, patience, an open mind, and a positive attitude. So, those are the things that have helped me, and hopefully you can add those to your tools of resources as well. All right, a few things to consider when you're starting your career. Think about the interest. Why are you even interested in being a publicist or a public relations specialist, PR consultant, whatever your case may be? Why are you even interested? You definitely need to get familiar with why you want in this. What interests you? Are you a people person? Can you communicate well? Do you love creating? Do you like to strategize? Why are you interested? So figure that out first. Next, your experience and learning. What are you actually bringing to the table? Are you looking to launch your own consulting firm? Are you looking to work with a area agency? And if so, what are you bringing to the table? What type of prior experience do you have? Are you taking any online courses, or maybe other learning, like maybe you have a degree, or maybe you are doing an internship, or even just a willingness to learn? Are you eager to learn and to progress, and to think and share new ideas with people who know more? Like, what is your experience and what is your expertise in the industry? What are you bringing to the table? So think about your skill set, think about your strengths, and also look at your weaknesses, because there can be an advantage in that as well. And then third, we're going to talk about specialization. What industry do you believe you'll do well in? Like what industry are you interested in? As I mentioned earlier, I initially started out with entertainment and marketing, but I've also had opportunities to work in fashion, tech, and app development, and fitness and things like that, which I at first was a little bit hesitant, but as long as you can apply your skills to a different industry, that works as well. You just have to be willing to do it, and you have to have an open mind and be willing to learn from other people who know more that are currently working in that industry. So you definitely need to always be a student. There's different industries. There's oil and gas, there's healthcare, there's insurance. One of the newer ones now that I've seen is the cannabis industry. There's a lot of areas that you can specialize in as a publicist. So the opportunity is there. You just have to bring your interest, bring your experience, your learning, and let people know what you're looking to do and where you want to be. Give them some ideas to work with, and you will definitely go far. All right, here we go. How do I start my career? This is a question I get quite a bit. I know last year there was a couple of people that I was kind of mentoring and helping them to get their feet wet in the industry. But these are my tips. There's a lot of other things that you can do, but what I always say is start with your local area. Ask around. There's a lot of different startups. There's a lot of nonprofit organizations. There are small businesses that are looking for people to help them get media exposure. I know because I've worked with them. And if you're not familiar with how to do this, one way that you could do it is look at your local community dailies, your weeklies, your newspapers, and things like that, or go online, do a Google search, look at your small business organizations within your area, and reach out to those businesses and just ask. Better yet, call them up and see who's looking for what, and volunteer your services. That's a good way to get started. Another way that you can do it is to build relationships. There's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, Twitter. There's a lot of different social media apps where you can just go and find people who are already doing what you are doing and get up under their wing and try to gain some experience, and to figure out where you would best fit in, as kind of getting your feet wet and getting the industry experience that you need. So it's not hard to do. You just got to be willing to do it, and you have to be consistent and just, start. You need to get started. And last but not least, practice makes you better. You definitely have to practice, whether you have a blog or whether you your own assignments, or even freelancing and doing some independent consulting. All of that is practice, whether you're getting paid for it or not. So make sure that you're keeping a portfolio of your work, so you'll know like where you're advancing, some things that you need to work on. I've been doing this for a while, but I'm not perfect. There's still things that I need to work on. So definitely be willing to learn, be willing to listen, and just keep practicing. Practice your copywriting, practice your press release writing, practice your media pitches, practice your phone calls, practice your presentation skills, practice anything that has to do with you communicating and making you better within this field. Practice putting together pitches for clients, practice putting together your marketing proposals, your PR plans, things like that. So you don't have to go big, start small. And definitely that'll definitely get you in the door. It's going to take you far. So anyway, I hope this presentation has been of help. You guys feel free to like, comment. You can also, don't forget to subscribe if this has helped you. I'm going to be posting similar material, so if there's anything in particular that you want me to cover in these Saturday workshop presentations, make sure you drop that as well. You can reach out to me directly and just let me know. If there's anybody that needs help, definitely reach out to me and let me know what you're working on, and I'll definitely see if it's something that I could lend my 2 cents with. So anyway, enjoy your day, and I'll catch you guys next time around.